episode 8. Welcome to the coffee episode. Not coffee like drinking, but coffee like he's gonna cough a lot.
And not coffee like COVID.
No, not like that. Episode 8 of AAA Cigars. Knuckle Sandwich. I was gonna say Esquivel.
Do you want one?
Oh my god.
Knuckle Sandwich?
No, thank you. Espinosa Cigars, Knuckle Sandwich, Arturo,
Abros.
alcohol.
Thank you to...
Yes, shout out to Blazing Tree here in El Paso. I'm not saying this just because the Big Papa is my favorite beer. Just ever. Like it that's my go-to. Have I had it a few times? Got it yesterday. It's 9.1% alcohol, I believe. So it doesn't take a whole lot to get you nice and toasty.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
And nutritious.
That's 2 out of 2 criteria for me. But anyway, that's what we're drinking. And like I said, Knuckle Sandwich by Espinosa Cigars. This is supposed to be the collaboration between them and...
Guy Fieri. Award TV host and avid smoker.
Yes.
Cigar smoker.
We met one of the reps and heard we had a podcast, and he was like, hey, you know what? Why don't you guys try this out? Actually, he gave us another cigar, which that one we just smoked just because he gave us a cigar and said, hey, check this out, you know, on your podcast. And then like 2 minutes into the conversation, he's like, you know what? I got a better one for you. Yeah. That's when he handed us this one. So the other one I ended up smoking, I think, that same night.
Yeah, me too.
Good cigar. It was good. Unfortunately, I didn't take down any mental notes, to be honest, that I could say right now. But I do remember it was good. I remember making a note of saying I need to try more of their cigars because that was actually really good. And I'm not just saying that. They're not that kind of sponsor. And even if we do end up getting sponsors, it is never going to be a brown-nosing type of thing. Hopefully we get sponsors that want our true opinions. Otherwise, no.
So we were at Current Place Cigars, our favorite
place in the whole wide world.
And we ran into Tony Gomez from Espinosa Cigars. And we told him we have a podcast and that, you know, we smoke cigars on our podcast. And yep, he told you the story. So yeah, so follow at Tony Gomez 979479 on Instagram, and he is the rep.
Well, if somebody reminds me, we'll have his info on our show notes.
Yes.
If it's a YouTube down, you know, description, all that good stuff. Yeah. Cool guy, very cool guy.
Yes.
So being that it was a collaboration with Guy Fieri, my natural instinct was to be like, well,
does it taste like pickles?
Does it taste like Pickle Rick?
Pickle Rick, bitch.
Is there anything that he would suggest pairing it with? He's a chef. I mean, he's a well-known chef. And he was like, not necessarily, but if you're going to, maybe like a steak. So this is, you said, a medium full?
A medium, full-bodied medium.
Full-bodied medium.
What I got.
So you want, it probably wasn't the best idea, but I haven't eaten that well. I've had 2 small meals, but nothing too heavy. And the second one I had was just burrito de chile verde, which was super spicy. Oh. So my palate's a little, that if it's off, it's because of that. What did you eat today?
Oh, I ate breakfast, bro.
Like breakfast? Like,
yeah, 3 eggs, potatoes, and bacon. Albuquerque tortilla. Yeah,
that's
pretty heavy breakfast.
That's a decently heavy breakfast. I would say maybe a little oily. Yeah. The eggs were sunny side up or scrambled?
Over medium, over easy kind of.
Okay, so then you'll get a little oiliness to your palate or whatever. So hopefully oiliness.
So we have the Toro here.
Okay,
it's Knuckle Sandwich. Knuckle Buster's CAO. Sorry.
Oh no, don't want to confuse that one.
So it's a Toro 6x54, country of origin Nicaraguan, wrapper Ecuadorian Sumatra Maduro, binder and filler are Nicaraguan. The Nicaragua way. The factory that they rolled them is San Lotano's factory from AJ Fernandez. So you know that there's good stuff coming out of there all the time. Blenders Eric Espinosa, Hector Alfonso Sr., and Guy Fieri.
Oh, and that being said, the gentleman told us that not to name names, and he actually didn't name names, so I couldn't even say them if I wanted to, but other celebrities that tend to do pairings for alcohol or cigars, but especially cigars, a lot of them, the vast majority of them, tend to, I want to collaborate with you guys, you send me this, and what they'll roll it, whatever, send it to them. They'll smoke them. I like this one. Go ahead and put my name on it. So it's a little bit, they might be smokers, but it's not as involved. Guy Fieri apparently was not that guy. He actually went down there, was at the factory, helped them handpick the filler, the binder, the wrapper. He was involved in every step, even down to the artwork that's in. I'll hold it like this. I'll zoom in there, but then I'll put, with our wonderful green screen, I'll put up the actual picture. But it's a really cool little picture. It's a skull with a chef's hat. That he was involved with all of it, the design of the band and everything. So this is Guy Fieri approved.
Yeah, for
sure. What's up?
So I'm on BMP, which is Blind Man's Puff, and they did a full review. 4 different people were on there. Just quoting their first third is, it started out a little mild, but has quickly picked up in intensity. There's a good amount of red pepper, which I'm getting, on the finish with baking spice, which it is a little bit spicy. Leather chocolate, stone fruit, and rich tobacco. The draw is very good, but the smoke is a little thin. I'm getting a lot of damn smoke from you because it's coming straight to my face.
I think he would disagree with that. He's getting double smoke right now. You're welcome.
But
sure,
it's
if you
good.
want to bring a fan?
No, you're good, dude. But I am getting the spiciness. Little bit of leather, not too much. I ain't gonna lick my wallet to make sure or anything, but
for confirmation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. But
like, yep, that's what it is.
There it is. It's not white leather; it's black leather.
It's like, apparently I sharded the last time I wore these pants.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it's yeah,
and we're back.
So thank you. What's his name? Tony.
Yes, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you very much
for the smoke. We'll see how it goes.
It's I don't know if I'm getting that quite yet, but then that's not my palate is not that refined, to be perfectly honest. But I am getting a little bit of the tingle, like on the sides of my tongue and my palate, that I tend to get with heavier cigars. Mm-hmm. So I can definitely see the full bodied, not so much the medium. I want to say it's a little. It probably is right there, because there are other cigars, dude. I had a realization yesterday. Thanks to you and the Monte Cristo, I think the black market has been dethroned.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I had it yesterday, and I took a putt, and I started. And I'm like 15 minutes in. I'm like, no, this doesn't feel right. I wanted a Monte Cristo. I think it's been officially dethroned.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's gotta happen,
Bradley. I
guess
guess
we have our good history. I'll still smoke it every once in a while just to remind myself, but it just didn't hit the palate quite the same way. So
what can you do?
Yeah, to Alec Bradley and the black market.
Cheers to that.
For all the good years, and we'll still smoke you every once in a while. But the Monte Cristo has now taken the top spot.
Well, that's first third, and I guess we'll get back to you on the second third.
No other thoughts real quick on it?
No, it's good. The wrapper's very dark,
very intimidating. I'll say that it's very intimidating for anybody that's starting out. Like we keep saying, hopefully this is a beginner's choice for podcast for beginners smokers. I said a whole lot of shit, and I don't even think it meant anything.
Kind of makes sense.
But this would be a good example of don't let the wrapper fool you. Don't let it intimidate you, because it's very dark, but it doesn't start off the way those other cigars. The first puff is like, holy shit, I'm in for a long ride. unless you're into that kind of thing. There's some smokers, they start off their very first cigar, they have a double Maduro, and they're in heaven.
Yeah.
It just depends on your palate.
And for me, it reminds me of the Bella Artes Maduro. I really like them from AJ Fernandez. It's super dark. It looks very chocolatey. And that's exactly what the wrapper reminds me of. Okay. So for me, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I could see where the, I guess, the intimidation comes from, is seeing a really dark wrapper.
Right.
But then the Bella Artes is more of like for me, it's more like a medium to full profile, but it's fully like a full flavor, not full bodied. I don't know.
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, for sure. And I think this. I mean, shit. I should have probably done it beforehand, but I think it's time for me to brush up on the exact terminology, the meaning behind full-bodied, medium, and so, because I always differentiate the two, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm talking about, to be honest. I just know Maduro literally means that it's aged, but it doesn't necessarily dictate that it's going to be full-bodied. It can be Maduro and not be full-bodied.
Yeah.
Not always, but that's a thing. So, but anyway, starting off really good. So yeah, we'll get back to the second third, and then the third, and then
the fourth, and the eighth,
and the eighth, and yes, and fractions and shit.
Messages. We'll be right back. Ding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. So AAA cigars for you. Seems seamless. To us, this is chaos.
Halfway.
Booping. Oh. Yeah, we're definitely into the second third.
Mine's mellowed out.
I wouldn't say mellowed out, but it's consistent. It didn't get like the review that you were reading that it got stronger.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that. The third, the final third, maybe, because usually that's where mine starts to kick in. But so far, it's just nice.
The draw is perfect.
I would venture to say maybe a little too well.
Yeah.
I like. Right as I said that, I like my cigars smoky. I like my cigars smoky because I find it
kind of watered down.
It's definitely a preference, because I see guys at the shop or wherever that they're smoking a cigar and they'll kind of do that, and I'm like, bro, that was hardly any fucking. But that's their preference. I like to draw, and that's my problem, because I think I draw too hard and too fast sometimes.
I'm glad you didn't say suck.
Yes, that's why I changed the terminology. Because I want to get all that. I want all that smoke in my mouth. But because of that, I end up drawing too hard, too fast, and I end up charring. That's my problem. Yeah. So for the beginners out there, just keep that in mind. But it's smoky enough.
Don't suck too hard.
Don't suck too hard. Yes. I went off on a tangent. But as far as the flavor profile, it seems to be, in that sense, it is the same, but stronger. Not stronger like it's affecting my stomach or anything like that, but stronger in the sense of the flavors that I got at the beginning are more obvious now. Good, not overpowering, not overwhelming. Again, for it being as dark as it is, I'm still kind of like, every puff, I'm like, is this gonna be the one? It's nice and mellow the whole way through. Yeah. It's a good fucking smoke. And again, I'm not saying this because we were given as a gift or what. Straight up, this is a good fucking smoke.
Yeah, it's a good smoke. Good smoke. Very peppery, very spicy, but at the beginning and now the spiciness is still there, but it's a little bit. It's just a subtle fucker. Spiciness. Spicy. So it is a little bit subtle.
Subtle.
It's very subtle. Very subtle, but it's good. And again, it reminds me of the Bella Artes from Guy Fernandez. It's even the profile's the same.
Now, when you say spicy, how would you compare it as far? Because when I think spicy, I automatically go to the Padron, the 26.
See, I don't get spicy from the Maduro.
Right.
Maduro. See, and I usually get the, you know what? Yeah. I kind of get that spiciness from it.
Is it similar? And the reason I ask is because I haven't had a 26 in years. I'm talking like probably 3 years.
Yeah.
And every time that I tried it, because the guys at the old shop, The Padron. That was like the signature cigar for that shop.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking had them. It was like, I can't think of what it is at this shop, but that's pretty much what everybody smoked like regularly.
Yeah.
At least every time that I went, one or two people were smoking a 26.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, I'd be like, is it just my palate? Am I being a bitch? Like, I'd try it and I'm like, it's too fucking peppery,
Okay, so
spicy. I'm like, whoo.
So then you haven't tried the natural in the 1926 because
No.
they have the Maduro and they have the natural.
No.
Okay, so try the natural because I've tried them both. The Maduro is great. It's a great smoke. I love the 1926. The natural is same complexity, not as
Strong.
yes.
So it's more it's a mellow version. It's a 26 light.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
LITE.
LITE. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably need to do that because, like I said, the 26 isn't bad. It's just not my palate. Mm-hmm. And with what you're saying now, I'm wondering, is it similar enough to where if I'm enjoying this, then I probably will enjoy the 26 now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison then. Okay.
So yesterday I smoked a couple of them, but I smoked a New World Dorado.
Okay.
It's that luxury cigar sent me out. That one right off the back, spicy, peppery, like big time, and then it just mellowed out throughout the whole thing. But you know the New World, you smoked New World before, so this is our new one that just released in PCA.
I think, as a matter of fact, sorry, keep going.
So they just released that New World Dorado at PCA this year, so it's on the list. So hopefully they'll order for the shop. They make the regular one, the Maduro, and then they make the Cameroon, and then they make a Connecticut. But this one, they just released that one, so hopefully we'll get it at our local brick and mortar soon. Amongst other things that are on the list,
right?
Vinny put Foundation cigars on the list, which would be great because I love Foundation cigars. I think Vitola's is the only one right now that carries them.
Okay.
So, have you ever smoked any of the Foundation?
It sounds familiar. I want to say yes.
It has like a horse on it. The red, some are red.
Isn't it a more basic?
No.
Then it might not
They
be.
have the Charter Oak.
Oh,
Charter
am I
Oak,
thinking of Founders? Is that a thing?
maybe Founders, but yeah, Foundation is like, it has like, some of the older ones have like a reggae guy on it. Like Jamaican style, like the colors and stuff.
Okay.
And then the other ones are like a horse, but it doesn't look like a horse because it's like, he has the face mask the horse has.
Okay.
El Juez, some shit like that.
So it's these?
Yes, the Tabernacle. Yeah.
Okay. No, then I
Never
haven't
smoked
had
any of
these.
those?
I'm thinking of Founders then.
Those. Once you start smoking those, they even have a Cuban seed. One, they have a bunch of them. Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
not those.
I don't remember.
I smoked one the last time.
I think I had one as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why I was thinking Founders. I had it just on my brain because I recently had it like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, Luxury sent me that one last month, and that's the one that I smoked when we did our last.
You gave me one then, no?
No, Sal probably gave it to you.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
okay,
because
cool.
the founders reached out to him there at the shop.
Okay,
And
that's what
they
it was.
sent him out a sampler, but none of them were.
You know what?
impressed.
Come to think
Sorry.
of it, kind of a bit of a tangent. You know what we need to do? We got AJ to do a Moat 9. We need him to get him. We need to get him to do a AAA.
All right, AJ.
And AJ, so that'll be that AAA instead of alcohol. It'll be quadruple A for that
Quadruple
episode.
A.
Because we sent out a bunch of cigars to him.
Did you already?
Yeah, he got them already. So
Sal didn't tell me. You sent him out or Sal sent him out?
Sal gave me a bunch to send him. And we
Oh,
sent
so
it out.
you sent it out?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Well, dude, we're actually planning to get him a Christmas package sent out. So
Okay, let me know, please.
yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
So we'll get AJ to jump in on this,
so
which you should be watching.
yeah, AJ.
But yeah, it's good. It's not overwhelming
It's
yet.
subtly sweet.
It's subtly
Subtly
nice.
Subtly nice.
So through the magic of time travel, we'll be back with the third.
Third, and third.
The third. So that's a transition for your ass. It didn't get too harsh or before you go that route, sir.
Uh-oh.
There's that. But you didn't notice that I hit it.
What did you hide? Oh, you still have the whistle pig?
Your call. And I brought water because this doesn't need water.
Yeah.
This, there's a little bit of cool water where you can pour, sip, get some water, and open that shit up.
Okay.
So your call, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Whistle Pig.
Okay. I don't blame you because that shit is fucking delicious. I just don't know if it's going to ruin, per se, the final third.
Nah.
But I don't see why.
And then just a little bit of splash of water.
Me, personally, what I like to do is I'll pour it, let it breathe, take a sip to get the full effect, and then pour water to let it open up.
All right.
That's just me.
Let's do that. You're going to get some of this or no?
Yes.
Okay.
If you do, I do.
All right, then.
Because hit me.
Probably water down. Probably water. Tell me when.
Same as yours.
Yep.
We'll get these out of the way.
Nice. A little bit of
So
Whistle Pig Smokestock Whiskey. Limited edition Traeger.
Whistle Pig is already good.
Cheers, buddy.
And
guess who's back?
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
It's good.
That is
Smoking.
for those of you that haven't,
Smoking.
that is smoking. What did I do?
Tap me with a little bit of that. Just a little bit less than you. Right there.
Oh,
That's
I
good.
think I overdid it. Sorry.
Sorry.
Let my shitty memory do its thing. The beers. When I went to Blazing Tree, shout out to those guys again. They had a I'm gonna forget something smoke. It was a seasonal that they did for Thanksgiving, and it was something that had smoke.
Turkey ass.
Actually, they had something similar. I can't remember what it was, but it had smoke in a beer. So I was like, hey, that's smoky. And it's like, hey, if you like smoky stuff, you're gonna like it. If not, it's smoky.
Yeah.
And I drank, dude. You were drinking smoke with that shit. That more than the smoked old fashioned that we had at Chop House.
Yes.
Way more smoky than that. And I was like, that's good, but I'm gonna go home and smoke a cigar right now, and no, that's gonna just be too much.
Yeah.
Between the cigar and that shit, forget it. Too much.
So this one's smoky. I've had the Crown Mesquite.
Ooh, that
I don't even
good.
think they make it anymore. That one is like beyond smoky.
Okay, like in a bad way?
Yeah, like in a bad way. Like if they put a freaking mesquite piece inside there. Yeah, it was like too smoky. I tried sipping on it like by itself with a cigar.
Okay.
While barbecuing, it was just too much. I had to mix it because I'm like,
that's the experience I had with the Kentucky Fire Cured cigar. I was something that I was drinking. I think it was a beer that my buddy had left over from the beer fest.
Yeah.
That was already smoky, just enough to where you could taste it.
Yeah.
But I had that. I was also having the Kentucky Fire Cured cigar, and I was smoking chicken.
Oh.
And I was sitting there because I do a certain method, and I had to be sitting there. So between that smoke was kind of hitting me, the drink, and then
It was too much.
It was way too
Way
fucking
too much.
So to this day, I'm like, I need to try it again without the other things to see if it's pretty good, because the Kentucky Fire Cured is just smoky as
And
fuck.
I'm like, how do you smoke the chicken, like this or like this?
Right? From the tender tip side.
So the cold draw,
Right where we left off.
right?
If it does seem a little,
Yankee.
yeah, like a little just not cohesive, not fluid.
Coherent.
Yeah, it's because we had technical difficulties, so we're redoing the end, and we're keeping an eye on it.
So speaking of the cold draw really quick, so I recently just started doing that.
Okay. Why?
So just to get a flavor, I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it was Cigar Vixen that did it. I don't know if it was somebody that was, doing a podcast or review on it.
Okay.
They had mentioned the cold draw. So for me, I was like, you know what? That's a good idea to do it. And every time I see somebody that's about to light their cigar, I tell them to take a cold draw first to get the flavor of the cigar. Just to kind of get your palate to be like, I guess, to open up the palate.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's kind of like
pre-gaming.
It pretty much. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's kind of like gives me, I don't know, lighting up the cigar right off the back. You get a lot of pepperness.
Pepperness.
You get a lot of pepper and spicy notes to where it's like, okay, is this what it's gonna take, or is it gonna take me halfway through the cigar to actually taste what it is?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I kind of like started, you know what, let me do the cold draw right as I cut it, you know, and just kind of just like let it sit in my mouth, you know, and then puff on it a couple times. You dick. Puff on it a couple times just so that I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what the cigar, the flavor is, the notes, right. You know what I mean? So it does help open up my palate to where I'm like, ooh, okay, I like this.
There it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is that how you felt when you
first
did it?
Absolutely. That like I was pleasantly surprised when you suggested it, and I hope that I remember to do it from now on, because it did change it up enough to where, like you said, it opens up the like, oh, this is what I'm gonna get later on, but more pronounced. And
yeah,
it's a good pregame. It's a good habit to get into, I think, and that's what we were saying when we were pouring the whistle pick. Is the same thing. We get the original taste, and then we pour in the water, and it opens it up. So it just opens up that palate to more flavor.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, I think right after that's when we were saying the price, $13.
Yeah.
So that might sway your decision a little bit, but it shouldn't, because it's still a damn good cigar for the price. Keep in mind, for older smokers, prices changed a lot because of COVID. So when you pay the price, just think you're actually paying maybe $9-10. Yeah. Think of it as a $9-10 cigar, and keep that frame of mind, even though you're paying $13, because you're overpaying for just about everything nowadays. Yeah. Fucking milk, gas, everything.
Eggs.
Everything. So really good. We're both looking forward to picking it up again, trying it as the guy suggested with maybe like a steak dinner type thing.
Yeah.
The pairing makes a big difference, because like we were saying, the beer kind of it's different enough to where now I'm like, I kind of wish we had started with this and kept it that way, because the beer, it didn't ruin it, but it's different.
Yeah,
it's different enough. Still good. I'll definitely try it again. Well, like we said, shout out to Tony. Thank you for hooking us up. Guy Fieri did a hell of a job. And if we're lucky, which it seems to be in the works, we're going to have Hector from Quesada.
Yes.
To hopefully come on the show with us. That didn't sound right. But yeah, damn good cigar. Definitely pick it up, give it a shot. Trying to think of anything else. It stayed pretty mellow the whole way through.
Yeah.
It's good enough to make me want more, but not overwhelming.
Yeah.
So
it draws perfect throughout. You know what I mean? It is a box press, so you get that all the time. You know, usually box press are a little bit looser. And sometimes the box press, you get a really heavy draw, but this one, you know, was consistent throughout. It was pretty spicy at the beginning, then it mellowed out, and then towards the end, I did get a more of a, you know, fuller, you know, flavor. But of course, you know, the tar and the charriness, you know, it tends to like build up a little bit towards the end. But it is good enough for us to put it on our cigar picks and finish it to the end. So
Yep, exactly. That's actually a really good way to judge a cigar. If you feel that you need to put it on your pick and keep going, it was a good smoke. Shit, real quick, what were we saying?
Real quick.
What were we saying right before that? I was going to make I can edit this shit out.
No sé.
I can't remember. Anyway, so since we still have audio, thank you, sir, for coming out. Yeah. And I'm still I look at the camera like if we're still fucking recording. As always, guys, remember, you can't wake up hungover
if you're still drunk.
Go to Linktree, linktr.ee/AAA cigars for all our links. Thank you guys for listening.
Cheers.
We'll see you next time.